We got someone shot. Someone's got a gunshot. Had one. Buttons are down. Get a car there now. What have they got, door? I can only hear background.
A desperate radio call for help from a badly wounded police officer. How Constable Chanel Cole ever made it is a testament to her courage. She'd just been shot 8 times, her jaw and face shattered by the hail of bullets.
They go into the... Jeez. Guy's an armed offender. Do they all wear that? With a firearm of some sort.
4BZ 1116 News.
A big manhunt is underway on Brisbane's north side this morning.
It was the May Day long weekend across Queensland, a cold, wet autumn morning.
And a tragic start to the morning with the news very early this morning. If you're just waking up, the 3 Queensland police officers have been shot and wounded.
It all happened here in Hanbury Street just a week ago, a nondescript cul-de-sac in the middle-class North Brisbane suburb of Chermside. But despite the apparent calm here now, there remains fear and tension, because the man behind the mayhem remains at large, having eluded a massive police dragnet. This man, another resident of Hanbury Street, believes he was the gunman's intended target. He remains in hiding, having fled his home just hours after the shootings. He fears worse is to come.
He's going to do it in a big way. He's going to do it in a public place, and he's not going to just try and go out on his own. He'll take as many people with him as he can.
This is the Nigel Parodi police are hunting, a gunman ready for combat. These dramatic photographs are the frightening reality of the man behind Monday's mass police shooting.
He'd been planning for a shootout that night.
Paul Moran believes the bullets were meant for him.
He was going to kneecap me and put me in a wheelchair. That was on the night that it all happened.
It was Moran who called the police.
Because I knew that he had the guns. I knew that he was crazy. He told me some other stupid stories before about other things that he'd done. Whenever he'd come round, it was always talk about taking out a politician or a Catholic priest and going out in a big way. And on the night, when I heard that he had all his guns out and he was going out on a rampage, I thought, well, he'll take me and whoever's in my house along with him. That was why I rang the police.
Paul knew Parodi was unstable. Only hours before the shooting, he came home to find his pet dog painted pink.
But he just made it very clear to us and everybody else who was around at the time that he would do these things, and he would say it with a straight, honest-looking face that was what he was going to do, and me and everybody else would talk when he wasn't around, and we all thought that he was capable of doing it, and it was only a matter of time. The guy was a time bomb.
The final trigger may have been losing a $20 bet on a football game.
He suggested to me that we have a bet on the Australia-New Zealand test the other week, and it was just a $20 bet. I didn't think it was that big a deal. I won it, but when he came around to pay the bet, the game wasn't even over. He didn't knock on the door, he just barged in, put the $20 down on the table and then barged straight back out again.
When you look at people who commit these types of crimes, you'll find that they've had long histories of being in trouble with the police They've got long histories of being hostile and angry and impulsive at school and during adolescence. And one final stressor, one more stressor on top of everything else will set them off.
Neighbours and friends who knew Parodi say the warning signs were there. In the days leading up to the shooting, they say they noticed a change come over him. A loner, he became even more withdrawn and agitated. The one friend who did spend time with him the night before the shootings has told police Parodi was in his backyard firing target shots only 6 hours before the police were gunned down.
Yeah, he's a nutter. He's crazy, I think so. He also came across like he did have a good heart. Like like I said, he was never violent towards anybody. It was just a change that a few people in the neighbourhood see him go through, where he went from being like reasonably calm and you know, quiet, and to eyeballing everybody that went past him, and not returning, you know, a friendly wave and things like that.
I think the police were probably in the wrong place at the wrong time through no fault of their own. It's very possible, given what's happened in the United States in terms of mass shootings, that other people could have been the target of the gunfire.
Parodi fits the profile. At 32, he has a lengthy criminal history for assaulting police, stealing and drug offences. 6 months ago, neighbours reported him for stalking.
He used to come and knock on our windows and shine torches inside our house.
This exclusive video shows Parodi at play, but friendless.
He never had any friends of his own. People would never go and visit him.
Until last week, the 32-year-old was living in this neatly kept Hanbury Street home with his father. Behind this ordinary suburban facade, he'd hidden a cache of weapons and ammunition.
He loved them. They were his main item in life, I believe.
Neighbours say Parodi would often carry loaded guns into their homes, offering to teach them how to fire the weapons.
Well, I only knew of 2 weapons. He brought one around, a pistol. I'm not sure what kind. He told us that he had a licence for it, and we told him to get rid of it, not to bring it round anymore. It was loaded too. It had bullets in it. And then a week later, he came around with a silencer, and he showed us that, and told us that it fitted a rifle that he had.
The same rifle and silencer he used to gun down Constables Chanel Cole, Darryl Green and Sergeant Chris Mulhall. The weapons weren't licensed. The gun fanatic banned from owning firearms in 1985 and again in 1993. Nigel Parodi now calls himself Jesse James, a Wild West namesake who shot his victims at point-blank range.
Psycho. Just introduced himself as Jesse.
गवर्नमेंट कहाँ है? जिसका काम है, गवर्नमेंट माँ है पूरी कौम की, वो क्यों नहीं ये सब कुछ कर रही? हम लोगों को क्यों मदद लेनी पड़ रही है इन लोगों से? क्यों एक बम ब्लास्ट ऐसी जगह पर, इतनी सेंसिटिव जगह पर हो रहा है?
अफसोसनाक वाक़े के बाद हुकूमत की बेहिसी हॉस्पिटल इंतजामिया की तवज्जो सियासी मुहाशिर की आमद पर मरकूज लवाहिकीन चारों की तलाश में दरबदर। अब तक सिर्फ 33 अफराद की लाशें बुरसा के हवाले की गई। दहशतगर्द कौम को खौफजदा करने में कामयाब नहीं हो सकते, वजीर आजम का आज़म। वार्निंग के बावजूद सिक्योरिटी बेहतर क्यों न हुई, 14वें साल का इस्तिफसार। वजीर आला पंजाब का बुरसा के लिए 5-5 लाख रुपए इमदाद का ऐलान। मुल्क भर में सिक्योरिटी सख्त, आशूरे पर खुदकुश हमले का खतरा, मुमकिन हमलावर का खाका जारी। कराची में मुश्तबा शख्स गिरफ्तार, शहर के मुख्तलिफ इलाकों में मोबाइल फोन सर्विस बंद। शौदा करबला की याद में मजालिस अज़ा का इनकाद। आज मुल्क भर में 9 मुहर्रमुल हराम शब-ए सुलझना के जुलूस बरामद होंगे। आज़ादार इमाम आली मकाम और उनके साथियों को याद में नौहा खानी और सीना को भी करेंगे। कराची की कुआरी कॉलोनी से मुबैना खुदकुश हमलावर समेत 5 खतरनाक मुलजमान गिरफ्तार। खुदकुश जैकेट्स तैयार, बॉम्ब और बारूद से भरी एक मोटरसाइकिल बरामद। पेशावर में 8 किलो वजनी बॉम्ब को नाकारा बना दिया गया। खैबर एजेंसी में 5 शिदत पसंद हलाक, 1 सिक्योरिटी अहलकार शहीद। पाकिस्तान 20 साल बाद ऑस्ट्रेलिया से टेस्ट सीरीज जीतने के करीब। कैंगरूज की 6 विकेटें बाकी हैं। 460 रन के ताक़ुब में ऑस्ट्रेलिया आज फिर 143 रन के साथ मैदान में उतरेगा।
Outside edge. He's equalled the record with Sir Vivian Richards. 100 of 56 deliveries.
मिसबाउल हक ने टेस्ट क्रिकेट में तेज तरीन सेंचुरी का रिकॉर्ड बराबर कर दिया। 21 गेंदों पर तेज तरीन निस्फ सेंचुरी और 56 गेंदों पर सेंचुरी बना दी। वजीर आजम की जानिब से मुबारकबाद। ARY न्यूज से फिलहाल इतना ही। मजीद खबरों से अपडेट रहने के लिए विजिट कीजिएगा हमारी वेबसाइट arvynews.tv।